So give me permission to record it. Good evening, everybody. You know, so many people are sick and tired of being sick and tired. Wouldn't you agree? And I believe there are solutions, but let us just go through what the possible causes could be. I call this session Team Training Thursday, and I've actually, the subtitle to it is Applied Near Life. Because, you know, in schools, you get applied geography, applied economics, applied physics, applied mathematics. I want us to be able to apply what we are using as an opportunity with products and a business behind it to apply to real life. So today we are going to say that I'm acting as Dr. Esezanambasi. My brand is Simply Healthier. And what I like to remind people is please stop outsourcing your health. That's a bold statement. I like to help people to shift focus from sickness to wellness. And now, a lot of causes of low energy and fatigue. Here are some of them. On top of the list is the diet. The diet might be inadequate in nutrient density, or it might be highly inflammatory, causing irritation and energy drainage, or it might be low in variety. Now, that is a very, very important point. Don't even, I think it should actually have been one of the top three, but I had those three reasons. Low in variety, a boring diet, as I put it in brackets, means that your gut, your bacteria in the gut, you've got about 2 kilos in there, have very little to work with. They have not enough variety to create all those nutrients and all those hormones and all those neurotransmitters that are required by your body. So beware if your diet is so limited in variety. And I've got many stories to tell on that one. Okay, the next one is lack of adequate sleep, and then lack of exercise, very serious. That can obviously cause loss of energy. And then chronic stress. What is your tiger that is chasing you? What is causing that chronic stress? In the past, the ancestors had wild animals perhaps chasing them, but it wasn't forever. We have chronic stress. So those are the things that lead to low energy and fatigue. But then there are some facts that I want you to remember. The system for hormones, we call it the endocrine system, comprises of glands that produce those hormones, and they form the body's super highway for information, the body's information super highway. And those are the glands over there. You have the pituitary, the thyroid, the parathyroid, the pancreas, and obviously the ovaries and testes. Now, many of you, I'm sure, have heard of a friend or a relative who has been informed by the doctor that their thyroid is not working very well, and therefore they need to go on medication. Alternatively, I know everybody on this call knows somebody who has been told that they have diabetes, and that means the pancreas is not functioning very well. But the pancreas also creates lots of other hormones, like digestive hormones that are very important in our digestion, and therefore the utilization of food, and therefore the making nutrients available. The other thing to remember is that many hormonal imbalances have similar symptoms, and we'll look at the symptoms just now. Another thing to remember, one imbalance often results in other hormones becoming imbalanced. So with that foundation, I want all the ladies on the call to feel the immensity of our responsibility, because if you can imagine, we have the burden of bearing children, and therefore fatigue and low energy probably starts sometime before the children are born, okay? Because we also have other issues like menstrual imbalance, menstruation and other things like that. But let's talk about symptoms. Symptoms associated with low energy: mood disorders, all right? Hair growth disorders, memory loss and brain fog, osteoporosis, sleep disorders, unintended weight changes. More symptoms could be changes in your menstruation, erectile dysfunction for the men that might be on this call, otherwise all of us, unwanted changes in libido, difficulty regulating temperature. Then I've highlighted the lower three because they're so common, guys. Changes in bowel habits, chronic pain syndromes that could include arthritis, low backache, general body aches and pains, headache, and more headaches, migraine headaches and things like that. So there are many symptoms that we can lump together as chronic pain syndromes. And then obviously persistent fatigue. So always remember that the possible underlying cause could be that the hormones are not working very well, and there is a challenge. Though the system now, the world system, is that we have got perhaps the biggest industry, the pharmaceutical industry, which is trying to medicate away all these challenges, but they are addressing symptoms. And that actually adds to the challenges, I believe, okay? And the unfortunate result is that by treating symptoms and not really asking what the cause of the pain is, yeah, you are running the risk of, okay, let me just admit a couple more people. You are running the risk of creating a bigger challenge than ever before, because obviously, if you can think carefully, most medications are chemical. So Namovido is joining. Good. Okay, on we go. Now, I love this picture. I once used it in a presentation, but listen, there's clearly a very big elephant in the room. There is clearly something all of us are missing. And what could it be? This picture shows you a snapshot of the intestine. If you are eating food that is creating a lot of bad bacteria and bits of undigested food particles, they damage the gut and it becomes leaky. And this is what we call a leaky gut because of, for example, antibiotics, infections, drugs, stress, toxins. And if you take antacids, yeah, antacids that you can buy in a supermarket or over the counter or in a little spaza shop, you actually reduce your stomach acid, and that can lead to the beginning of a lifestyle of pain and inflammation. So it actually starts in the gut. And if we can get down to that very basic level, we'll understand how allergies are caused, food sensitivities are caused, and then ultimately that really zaps your energy big time, and you will have that challenge of low energy and fatigue. Then I wanted to point out that this could even start with one course of antibiotics that you might get when it is inappropriate. A lot of people are getting antibiotics willy-nilly from the doctor, and the effects can last for over 2 years, okay? The so-called deep dysbiosis, disrupting your normal bacteria in the gut. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I just want you to appreciate that that is actually where the problem starts. So let's just shift tack a little bit and ask another question. When you go shopping, do you ever stop to read those labels? Okay. I believe this could be the missing piece of the puzzle that we doctors, I went to medical school over 30 years ago, it's about 40 something years ago, and we were never taught this, never, never, ever. But yet we are busy prescribing and prescribing and prescribing. We were never taught that, hey, just advise your clients and patients and family and loved ones to just pause and read the labels and see exactly what is going either inside them or onto them. Here's a news flash. Many of you may have seen this before. Something to note, over the past 50 to 60 years, over 80,000 chemicals have been added to our day-to-day use. These are chemicals that you will find in food, in water, in detergents, personal care products, on fabrics, furniture, carpets. So we are exposed big time, okay? And all those, plus everything else, plus stress, plus life itself, cause inflammation. And that's where we need to zero in and say, okay, inflammation is happening. How do we help the body to deal with it? I think that should be the key question, rather than trying to mask the inflammation, all those chronic pain syndromes and other things. Why don't we deal with it? So here are some solutions. I love solutions, so I tend to get quickly to the solutions. The solutions are, for example, check your cleaning products around your house. Change them. Just change to something that is highly economical, totally non-toxic, 100% biodegradable, as well as versatile. Just all your cleaning can be done with those 3 products plus the washing powder. That's all you need to run a household. You don't need to get tile cleaner and oven cleaner and toilet cleaner and floor cleaner and car cleaner. You can, there is a car shampoo, but if you're really stuck, you can use any of those products and your car will be cleaned. Window cleaner, you don't have to, I tell you, you will save so much money. Okay, so in summary, before I carry on with more products, here are the 7 keys to making sure that you bring down inflammation and make sure that the pain and the low energy and fatigue. Because when you're in pain, or if your gut is not working well, all the attention is diverted, including being diverted from your immune system. And right now, in the year 2021, right from before, in the past 24 months, we've needed functioning immune systems. Okay, just remember that one. So here are the 7 keys. Key number 1, regular exercise. That will get you hopefully out into the sunshine. And then key number 2 is adequate nutritious food, which has nutrients, not just empty calories. Then getting into the sun, try to do it first thing in the morning. That will rebalance your hormones amazingly. Then another key is switch off electronics close to bedtime. I apologize for getting you on this call before bedtime, but yeah, it won't be long. That's why I only do it for 40 minutes. And then proactively bring down chronic stress. Get a system, do what works for you. Exercise is a good thing. I do Pilates, and it has actually helped me to remain sane, to maintain my sanity. So get enough sleep. Some people used to say sleep is overrated. We don't need that much. That's not true, guys. During sleep is when your brain detoxes. We have a system in there called the glymphatics. That's when they work maximally, as well as the liver, by the way. And then ditch toxic chemicals. It's really a principle of first remove what is causing the challenge, then repair, then replenish, and then maintain, okay? So ditch toxic chemicals. Okay, we're going to share some nutrition now. And we all belong to a family called Neolife. Those are our core nutrition products. We call them core because they form the foundation. And I just want to break them down. If you can see, Pro Vitality looks like that. And in it, it has TRINN, vital for your hormones. Remember, I told you one of the problems of fatigue and low energy is hormonal imbalance. Then we have omega-3, which I'm going to zero in on a bit. We have fruits and vegetables, antioxidants. If you do not have enough antioxidants on board because you're not eating enough fruits and vegetables, then your body is overwhelmed and therefore you will feel exhausted. All those toxins coming at you will really come at you, and then your body will be overwhelmed and fatigued. And then vitamins and minerals. So in Pro Vitality, it is core. You can do all Pro Vitality or part of Pro Vitality. However, I just want to point out that before I go to Omega, the other thing to consider regularly is to detoxify your body. If you want your body to pick up on energy, do regular detoxes. So we have a dedicated detox program. You can assemble it as you want because all those products are sold individually as well. But this one, stage 6, ensures that your gut becomes regular and it gets rid of all those bad bacteria together with garlic so that the good bacteria are replenished either as acidophilus or, if it isn't in your market, with a good probiotic that you can make naturally. You can ferment food, you can eat yogurts and things like that, or just eating ordinary food, which has a lot of fiber, and there's plenty everywhere. So benefits of omega-3 specifically. Heart health, it controls inflammation. Remember I told you that inflammation is one of the reasons for low energy. Chronic simmering, you can't feel it, you can't put a finger to it, but it is there, okay? Like you might have just pain in some joints. That can zap your energy big time because it sets up a cascade of unhappiness, and that will lead to the next thing and the next thing. So omega-3 is very, very important. It has been shown to lower the inflammatory index by 68% in as short a time as 6 to 8 weeks. And it also displaces the oils that we are using that have embedded themselves in all our cell membranes. You know, the oils like cooking oil, margarine, other animal fats, perhaps, that have got stuck in there. Taking omega-3, the way it works is it displaces all those bad oils. So omega-3, if you were to choose one thing to focus on, and that's the reason I've personally focused on it. I don't recommend that you just take one thing, but if you are balancing a budget and priorities, then I would suggest omega-3 is going to transform you. Okay, then of course the shakes help us to control our blood sugar levels so that you don't have this yo-yo that really zaps your energy. I know all of you have had that experience of feeling very tired after eating something, particularly if it is very heavy in carbohydrates, okay? A lot of carbohydrates, those are energy zapping like you cannot believe, but they go beyond zapping the energy. They actually deplete you of the vital vitamin B complex. And if you are low in vitamin B complex, then you won't have enough energy. And then remember, I mentioned boring food, the same diet day in, day out, no variety. That sets you up for low vitamins. So we have those to think about. It is the only product on the market anywhere with all 22 amino acids, and we have one formulated specifically for sports as well. Then the other thing is CalMag, important. As you get your sunshine, vitamin D is very important for ensuring that you have high energy levels. Now, vitamin D is unfortunately very deficient in our diets and in our lifestyles. A lot of people are low on vitamin D, and that's why they have low energy, low immunity, and therefore don't do very well health-wise. I'm almost finished. Magnesium, very important as well for ensuring that those chronic pains are dealt with. And when pain is gone, then you won't feel that there's a tiger chasing you 24/7, 365, okay? You calm down sufficiently for the hormones to settle down and for the pain to go away, and therefore for the low energy and everything else, the fatigue, to also be sorted out. I put this one, body is able to detoxify. I've spoken about the detox program, but there are times when you do need all these amazing vegetables. Now, Neolife knew that not everybody could get enough of them. So there's a tablet that you can take, 1 tablet a day, and it will cover the needs of your cruciferous vegetables. So important for a healthy estrogen balance. Now, I bring this up because a lot of people are estrogen dominant, men and women, not just women, men and women. And that's why we're seeing a lot of weight challenges, a lot of liver challenges, a lot of mood challenges in men as well as women. But for the girls on the call, we have feminine herbal in South Africa. We don't have masculine herbal in South Africa, but I recently had to order it from Namibia. My son went to Namibia, he got back a few days ago, so he brought me back some. I'm getting it in the post, yay, hopefully at the weekend. But those of you who are listening in East Africa, you do have masculine herbal, very, very important. But here, I'll just speak about feminine herbal, which is important for these things. It influences the central hormonal systems, hot flashes, excess sweating and inflammation, regulates the cycles. Any discomfort that might be there, it helps with that. Okay, let's just admit some people who are coming in now towards the end. And then fluid and bloating, which may suggest issues with the gut. So yeah, as we move on, feminine herbal complex, I highly recommend this. I use it, I've been using it for a long time, but fortunately now I feel I'm stable enough not to need it every day. So 1 box for me will last me quite a few months, I must say, because I don't use it every day, okay? I feel irritability and anxiety, which can be a hallmark of low energy and fatigue, well controlled for me at this point, but I use it when I need to. So in summary, when you are involved with us in this family, and everybody is welcome, I usually show the business side of it on a Tuesday, and then on a Thursday, we have applied Neolife. When you are involved, you are 100% sure that you are presented with food, real food, which has been formulated to work with your body. So it doesn't have funky things like high fructose corn syrup. A lot of foods have that. And I said, you must read your labels and see what's in what you're eating. There are no preservatives. There's no gluten. Gluten is one of the things that causes the leaky gut. Just note that. No bad cholesterol that will cause inflammation. There's only the good cholesterol, and its name is omega-3. And then obviously, other things, there's no hydrogenated fats that will cause inflammation, and it is absolutely GMO-free. They don't allow in the pedigree any genetically modified organisms. So that is the presentation, and all those who hopped on late, we can run it through again if you are wanting that, and allow those who came afterwards to, rather early enough, to leave. So thank you. And if you have any questions, we have about 8 minutes to field any questions.